This is hard work. Hello and welcome, and thank you for watching the video. As you know, I'm very new to running. I've given myself 16 weeks to train for a full marathon. I'm going to be doing Manchester Marathon in a handful of weeks. We're up to week 9 of my training, and it's kind of falling apart a little bit in terms of I've had a massive chesty cold, so the whole of my week 9's worth of training I haven't ran once. I was going to go out and push the boat out and run, but then I thought it's better to feel better in myself, recover, and then go running. So we're going to go straight into week 10's worth of training. But one thing that you always get from me is the absolute honest truth. I tell you the good, I tell you the bad, I tell you the evil, I tell you the pain, I tell you the smiles, I tell you where I wanted to cry. Let's not waste any time, get straight into it. Okay, so the plan tonight is going to be just have an easy run. I'm probably going to run there or thereabouts about 45 minutes to an hour today. So it's going to be a nice chilled out easy run. And I've only done just short of 3 miles, and my face is already sweating. My legs feel like lead. Do you know what? A week without running, that's how much it can do to you. But I know mentally I'm strong. I've done it before. I'm going to be able to. I've only had a week away from it, but my chest had a bit of a chesty cold, so I'm probably not at 100%, but I know I can push on. Okay, so how am I feeling?
You're going to divide 10 days.
First run of the week, and again, I've probably mentioned I'm not at 100%. Excuse me. So I ran today exactly 5 miles. The first 3 miles, I was just warming up, and my legs felt really heavy. Excuse me. But the last 2 miles felt really steady and comfortable. I think the first 3 miles. Oh, blimey, you can tell I'm not well. So the first 3 miles were really difficult, challenging. My leg felt heavy and tired. I wasn't having any pains, but I just felt like almost physically and mentally I couldn't do it. But you know, mentally I pushed on, and the last 2 miles were, you know, I'm happy to say really comfortable. The run's been okay. Okay, so I'm going out for my Thursday run today. I've not actually decided what kind of run I'm going to do. I'm debating about a tempo, or an interval or a threshold. I've just come to my start location. Wait for your Garmin watch to turn green. Yep, and it has turned green. So I'm probably going to do, start off with 2 easy miles. Yep, 2 easy miles. Do 2 easy miles and then see how I feel while I'm doing the 2 easy miles. I'll work out what I'm going to do after that. So 2 easy miles, then maybe interval or maybe threshold. I'll decide then. Right, I'm going for a tempo. No, I'm not. I'm going for an interval run. And do you know what the funny thing is? As I'm running, I smile at other runners. Nobody has smiled at me. Honestly, I've probably seen about maybe 10 or so people running, men and women. Only one lady smiled at me. I mean, when I run, I smile. I go, hello, hiya. And nobody seems to smile back. It's weird. Okay, so I said I was going to do an interval run. I was going to do, excuse me, I was going to do half-mile repeats. Half mile fast, half mile slow, half mile fast, half mile slow. But what I decided to do, half a mile is long. Do you know how long half a mile is? It's long. So I changed it up and I decided to do quarter of a mile repeats. So quarter of a mile fast, then quarter of a mile slow, then quarter of a mile fast, then quarter of a mile slow. That felt a little bit easier for me. As a runner, do you ever ask yourself, is it better to be stomping the streets of Manchester in a polluted city, or would it be better to be inside the gym here This is the gym here. Would it be better to be inside the gym, hitting the miles on the treadmill? Do you ever ask yourself that? Just want to leave it there. So, how did I find the run today? Do you know what? It's the second run this week. Last week I didn't run anything. The first mile, I took, first 2-3 miles I took really easy. But then after that, when I opened up the taps and I was going on and off doing interval training, do you know what? My legs seemed to get a little bit more fluid. It took a good maybe about 4 miles before I got and found my rhythm. Once I found my rhythm, it seemed to be a lot easier. So in this run, I've actually practiced sort of like rolling my shoulders back and not hunching in or anything like that. And I've also been practicing butt kicks. So this week's been all about keeping my posture up, rolling my shoulders back, breathing through my belly just over here, deep breaths through my belly. I do some butt kicks. Yep, boom, boom, boom. Okay, I tried to show you butt kicks, didn't work. So I've been focusing on my butt kicks and just sliding back. So just getting all my technique right. So it's been a really good run. I'm pleased, really pleased with how it went. I thought I was going to struggle, but you know what? It was relatively easy for me. Okay, so we've done 15.5 miles. We're at the boathouse. The gang's there. Alice, Nick. Here's a wave, Alice. Here's a wave. So we've done 15.5 miles. Look at my Garmin watch. I'm going to be honest, I'm absolutely exhausted. The last couple of miles seemed like a long, hard stretch. This marathon's going to be tough. I know it's going to be tough as hell. But you know what? I've got to put the miles in. But my legs are killing me. I'm really tired. This is what happens when you don't train for a week. So that's the end of my 18-mile run today. I learned some really valuable lessons. Lesson number 1, if you're running a long run on a Sunday, don't go on a 25-mile bike ride on a Saturday. Yesterday I cycled 25 miles. I think that tired my legs out. That's lesson number 1. Lesson number 2 is, if you plan on running, try your best to keep it consistent. Last week you probably heard me going on and on about this. Last week I didn't run because I was feeling ill. This week I felt a little bit, but the run was really good. Ran 18 miles. After about 14 miles, my legs felt really tired. I felt tired in my head as well after 14 miles. So the last 4 miles, really challenging, really tough, but I persevered, I carried on. It was a lot of mind over matter. I'm really glad I did the run. Anyway guys, that was my run. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video. As you can see, I'm pushing the boat as much as I can. Not felt too well, but I'm hammering it. What I'm trying to do in these videos is give you a weekly update on exactly where I'm up to. Anybody can do it. The one thing I want everybody to take away from this video is anybody can do it. It just takes a lot of physical and mental, strength just to persevere and carry on. Somewhere on the screen you're going to see last week's video, this week's video, and you're going to probably see 1 or 2 other adventurous videos that I've done over the time. Feel free to subscribe, like the video, share, thumbs up and all that sort of stuff. And I will do the marathon, I'm sure, although it's getting really hard and challenging. Anyway, you guys are fantastic. If you are training for the marathon, you're going to smash it. Just be strong, and I'll see you next week.